All right, what's up DVW fam? So we got a very exciting video coming to you guys today. As you guys can see from the beautiful views behind us, we are currently in New York City, baby. So we are here for my first time ever as a lifelong West Coastian. Really excited to get to explore the city, and you guys know how we do on Dan vs. World. I always like to explore the best, most iconic foods in every city that I visit, and New York City is iconic and known for their vast amounts of cuisines. It is a melting pot of cultures. Beautiful city for food, so we're gonna try a little bit of everything in this video. You know, their most iconic popular eats, Brooklyn style pizza, Italian food, Chinese food, Asian food, bagels. So without further ado, let's head to the concrete jungle and act a monkey. Let's go. Alright, what's up DVW fam? We got a very exciting video coming to you guys today. We are currently right outside one of the most popular and iconic restaurants in New York, and we're going to try that in a sec. But in this video, we're going to be touring all over New York and finding some of the best and most popular iconic foods all around the city. Starting with this one behind us right here. Seen in a lot of movies, shows, depictions of New York. So without further ado, I'm getting hungry. Let's go inside and get some Katz. So they're so popular, when you get in, you get like an orange ticket. All right, so this is Levain in here. Like there's about 8 cutters in front, and then you line up at each one of them, and then you give them this ticket that you guys got in the front, and mark it up. You don't pay here. They give you your stuff, and then you take it to go. I guess that's the most efficient way. It's a similar way at Taco Del Gordo in Vegas too, when it gets really packed. But look at this, guys. Super tightly packed here. Actually, this place is huge. It's pretty big. There's so many people that it feels packed. But yeah, these guys are working non-stop to turn around these sandwiches like clockwork. This line doesn't stop. Is this so they give samples here, guys? So this is the pastrami. That's juicy. This is the one. Go. Ooh, we got our goodies. Oh, look at this, guys. Oof. Look at all that meat spilling out of this sandwich right here. It's been a long time coming. I heard a lot of great things about Katz. This is gonna be my first time trying one of these bad boys right here. Look at all that this meat in here. I'm just, first impressions, I'm surprised at the meat. But it looks like pastrami on some mustard, rye bread. I got some cheese. Some people don't want that. I could totally just take it off for one of the slices. But I like some cheese. Let's try it out. This is like a Disneyland of pastrami meat. Everyone's, you know, lining up for a chance to take a bite of all this meat right here. So the reason why this is better, I think, number one, this is a very protein-centric sandwich, and I love my protein, I love my meats. Like, this sandwich could probably feed 2 or 3 people right here. Look at all this meat. I was actually skeptical at first when I looked at the, you know, menu, because everything was around 30 bucks, but the one at Langer's is also pretty pricey too, but it's not, I don't think it's nearly as much meat as this one. They have a lot of meat, don't get me wrong, but this one is just full of meat. I feel like it's a barbecue pastrami meat platter. And then you slap 2 loaves of bread on it. All right, overall DVW score of this delicious Katz Deli sandwich. Drum roll, please. DVW score, 9.6 out of 10. All right, so I handed my orange ticket in, and this was the price. I paid cash for easy exit, but there's a card line as well. So everything was $33.70. Wow, so we got here at a great time, because look at this, guys. This is the line now. It goes all the way down here to that CVS. All right, right, DVW fam, so we reach our next spot on this food tour. We have actually a double whammy, two right next to each other. We have Los Tacos #1 and Levain Bakery. So let's cross the street and get some tacos. So let's check it out. All right, we got the good stuff. Let's try it out. Like oily taste coming out here, but it's actually very pleasant. And you got the onions and cilantro to line it. And they put some type of their sauce on it. There's a subtle, slight hint. It's actually, if you can't handle spice, it's a little bit spicy, but ooh, you got a lot of flavor from the pastor. A little bit on the salty side, but that's okay. So in LA, I judge my tacos within bites. That right there, as you guys can see, was like a 3-biter for $5.65. Like I said, a little bit pricey, but that was a good pastor. So stay tuned for a DVW score. All right, so here's the moment of truth. This is the carne asada right here. Guys, before I bite this, look, it's dripping in oils. The meat is super juicy. Let's try it out. Okay. Well, the carne asada is not too grilled. It's like very moist. It's almost like stewed. I'm gonna say it's like lengua. You know how lengua can be like stewed or braised. So not as crispy or crunchy as the pork, but it's juicy beef. Taking a bite. Okay. Lacking compared to the pastor, but also pretty good. But that's the thing about, you know, being in Southern California, you know, Tijuana style tacos. Carne asada Tijuana style tacos are king. This is like a nice imitation of that, but you know, the avocado is like not too fresh over here or quality. And the meat could be a little bit more grilled. I like that fire grill on the steak tacos, but otherwise it's still a decent and good taco. It is a little bit pricey though, so I'll give it like a 7.4 out of 10 DVW score. That right there, as you guys can see, was like a 3-biter for $5.65. Like I said, a little bit pricey, but that was a good pastor. 8.9 out of 10 DVW score. New York City is not nearly known for their Mexican food as LA, but the Los Tacos #1 here is definitely a good, you know, Tex taco Mexican food spot in New York. So it checks the boxes, guys. Ooh, so I love Jamaica, hibiscus, aguas fresca. Tastes very natural. Definitely, some has more sugar than others, but yeah. Nice subtle sweetness of the hibiscus. Has a, you know, nice little minty tea taste to it with that hibiscus fruit to wash down all this good stuff right here. All right, on to our next spot. Let's go. All right, so this is Levain Bakery. It is a cookie shop, or a whole baked goods shop here. And it's very popular, as you guys can see. There's a huge line on the inside, and sometimes it stretches all the way out as well. So this is the menu. The cookies are the thing to get here, about $5-6 for each one. So these are what the main cookies look like. The chocolate chip walnut. Apparently that's the original. Dark chocolate chip, oatmeal. I got the classic chocolate chip because I'm a basic guy, likes basic flavors. So this is a bake shop. There's much more than cookies here. All right, so another spot on our popular New York Eats tour. We got Levain Bakery here. We got their famous cookies. I'm a chocolate chip fiend, so I just got a basic chocolate chip one here. Let's take a look. I'm gonna do a little break. Oh, it's nice and hot. Ooh, A lot of chocolate chips in there, nice and melted. We'll put this one away. And grab half. Right here. Levain, I wonder if it's French. Sounds like a French name. Let's try it out. Ooh, the chocolate chips nice and gooey. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Your DVW score? Mr. New Yorker?
My DVW score? Ooh. It's got to be a 10 out of 10 because this is my favorite spot. So
10
good.
out of 10?
Yeah, because it's ooey gooey, has a little crisp to it. He doesn't know cookies like this. I don't know. I mean, like you said, to each his own, whatever. But man, more for me.
Nice, crispy, crunchy, kind of like the bottom of a piece of crust. Nice and crunchy on the outside, and then you get gooiness from the chocolate, but not really from the dough itself. It's a very chocolatey chip cookie. Honestly, guys, I'm not the best person to ask to review this because everybody has their preferences. I like a really doughy cookie, almost like a plain cookie with just minimal chocolate chips. But if you guys like a crispy, big, thick cookie, it's the one for you. Of chocolate chips, so if you like that, that's for you. But I'm also surprised that it's not super sugary or sweet by how many chocolate chips there are, so pretty solid. Not my cup of tea when it comes to a cookie, but it's very well baked, so DVW score 7.7 out of 10. Salud.
7.7. What?
It's your favorite place?
This is my favorite place here. You must not like cookies like that because...
To each their own. Basically, I just like dough in my cookie, just light, fluffy, just full of dough and maybe like 4 pieces of chocolate chip. But yeah, guys. Also, part of my score too is that it's not too big of a cookie and it's almost like $6 too. So, I mean, but you are in New York, you're paying the premium. I mean, we are in NoHo, so it makes sense. But yeah, guys, 7.7. So I see a line right outside of our next place on this popular eats, iconic eats in New York food tour. We are at Joe's Pizza. It's very popular for their New York style pizza right here. That's New York street culture for you guys. You grab your food and you eat it anywhere you can because a lot of these spots don't really have too many seats. So yeah, let's go inside and get a slice.
This weekend. I want to do this weekend, but I have plenty of weeks. I've never been to
All right. We're working very fast here. So that is the prices right here, cash only. We got the slices. Got my fresh mozz here. The marinara tastes very fresh tasting. That's the word. So you New Yorkers, man, I've had a couple of New York style pizzas in New York already, and you guys really like that crispy crunch to the pizza, and a lot of them are light, like it's not too heavy. That's why I like these pizzas. You eat like a couple of them, they're not too oily, like I don't feel sluggish after eating it. Get a little point for that too. Like I went here because it's popular, very well known, iconic, obviously a lot of tourists, locals alike, but nothing about this pizza really, you know, wows me on paper. It just seems like a regular pizza with very good fresh mozzarella and New York style dough, so it's still good, pretty decent price, so I'll give it an 8.6 out of 10 DVW score here at Joe's. All right, we're at our next iconic popular spot on this New York City food tour, which is Magnolia Bakery, and it opened in 1996 on Magnolia Street in New York City, but they have a couple locations now around here, and I'm pretty sure they have one in Los Angeles as well, but yeah, let's go inside and get some baked goods. Thank you. All right, so we got our bag of Magnolia Bakery goodies right here. Let's see what's inside. So this is the holiday red velvet whiteout cupcake and the classic banana pudding from Magnolia Bakery. All All right, let's try it out. Caramelized banana on the inside. Yeah, it's just super duper delicious. I feel like if I freeze this or put it in the refrigerator to get it cold, it'll turn into a nice ice cream. Kind of tastes like a reverse cake. Like, you know, a cake has a bunch of cream, toppings, whipped cream on top, but reverse to where there's little bits of cake and it's mostly cream. But the key is that they have to make the cream not too sweet, or else I would prefer a cake, but yeah. $7, $4 for the cupcake. So we've arrived at our next place on this New York City food tour, which is Tompkins Square Bagels right across the street for some New York style square bagels. I don't think I've had square bagel before. I don't know if it's the name or if it's because of the shape, but we're excited. Let's get how the New Yorkers say it, bacon and cheese. Let's go. It's way bigger than it looks in here, guys. It stretches all the way down here. You get hit in the face with that. I don't know what, something cooking in the back. There's a nice smell from all the bagels here. This looks like some of the toppings of the bagels. I say some, but this is a variety. This is a lot of toppings. Look at all that. Ooh, looks like some fresh smoked salmon in here, some sorts. Maybe I should just base my tour off of, you know, the spots on this wall, because it looks like actually some pretty good recommendations of Katz and Tompkins are on there.
Daniel!
So there are these order slips there, and she's just fulfilling the orders.
Pickup's done there.
What's your name, bro? Ken. Nice. Thank you. So we got Ken here with my bagel. Oh, thank you, Ken. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Have a good one, man.
So this is the whole bagel shop. Like I said, it is deceivingly big because the door, the entrance, very small, but it stretches throughout here. You can see them making their fresh bagels with this open window kitchen here, literally open. Stick my hand through, and then there's a little bagel bar where you guys eat all your bagels, and then a couple, you know, cafe type chairs and tables down there. So it's actually a pretty big bagel shop, guys. Bacon, egg, and cheese here. Oh, look at this. This is gonna be crazy. Whoa. Look at that. My first time having a New York bagel, so. Ooh-wee, look at that. All that cheese, bacon, eggs. Put some sauce on that. And also, I can see why a lot of travelers come here, because this is so big. I mean, eating one is a meal for one person, but hey, there's foil, wrapping paper, so if I had to take it to the airport or something like that, or my hotel, you can take it to go, which is what I'm gonna do. Salud. I love how all these iconic spots in New York are popular, famous, you know, city-defining landmark restaurants, food places embrace, you know, their iconicness, like the Katz and all this. Like, it's like very tourist-centric. They know tourists are gonna come in, so they kind of set up the place, decor and all that to, you know, welcome the tourists in, and also they have a system for, you know, making their systems run smoother. So, like I said, in the front, you kind of order with the waiter first, you have your ticket, and then you pay. So when there's a big long line, they make it as efficient as possible. And right over there's a wall with all the iconic eats. And ironically, you know, Katz was on there, and some other popular iconic eats that I haven't heard about, but I'm just assuming that it is iconic or popular New York City eats, because Tompkins was on it and Katz was on it, and I know these two are super banging. This whole bagel is about $9.70. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're out of here. Made some new friends, and on to our next iconic eats in New York City, baby. Let's go. Should have brought an umbrella. All right, DVW fam, so we are currently in Midtown New York City right now. So we're gonna pull the trigger and get in line to try one of the most iconic or popular or hype spots in New York City right now, which is Adele's Halal food stand right here. So, you know, it must be something serious for all these people to wait in this line in this cold weather. So let's check it out. So this is the famous Adele's, New York City's best halal food. So they're famous for their Meat over rice, right? Meat over rice?
Meat over rice with fire rice.
With fire rice. And it's not just because it's fire. I don't know if it's fire, I never had it, but it's because it's spicy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, so there's actually 2 locations. That's how popular they are. So there's this one where you guys line up at, and then this one right here. So this is the Adele's famous. So they're cooking up a storm. Looks like some shawarma right there. Oh yeah. Look at all that good meat. Saturated colors, yellow, orange, all that meat. And they're working fast here because they have this huge line. Look at this, the most popular. And there's so many other stalls here, but this one is the one everybody has chosen. Like Pikachu. I choose you. There's so many food options, stalls in this whole area, but everyone is lining up in the brisk cold. All right, so this is our plate here. It's pretty hefty, guys. Ooh. So this is what we got. Vinny, a local here, recommended us to get the lamb and chicken with the fire rice. It's the spicy rice with extra white sauce. So let's mix up all the sauce, rice. So we're going to try, I keep wanting to call this halal, guys, but that's the other popular halal spot that was popularized here in New York City, and they're all over the States now. We have one, but Vinny here says that they kind of lost their reign as, you know, the best halal food is over in New York City. They kind of, you know, lost the steam or the hype or the quality, because sometimes, you know, when a place gets mainstream, sometimes the quality just dies down. So let me be the judge and compare. Let's try this out. Oh yeah. The meat is moist because the lamb was on the shawarma, the Spitfire roast. Nice and tender, it just pops in the mouth. Tastes like a very lean sausage, almost like veal. But it's very flavorful, especially with this white sauce right here. There has to be some garlic coming out of this white sauce. It's very creamy. And oh, I can see why Vinny recommended the fire sauce, the fire rice, because the fire rice is spicy, but mixed with that, you know, white sauce, it kind of cools down the heat. It's a great combination and mixture. Absolutely fire. And it's $10 for this whole platter right here. All right, I think I got some chicken here. This tastes very natural. You can taste like the real chicken. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. If you guys don't know about the shawarma, it's a roast or spins on a Spitfire, so it gets cooked nice and well with a little bit of char on the outside. Oh man, that chicken is juicy and tender. I'm getting, you know, the heat on my lips ever so slightly, and then the white sauce kind of cools it down. Comes with these little pita bread too. And some greens on the side when you're tired of all that meat and rice. That lamb is fire, this combination is fire, the price is fire in Midtown Manhattan. So DVW score 9.2 out of 10. Salud. Great value, great price. I just don't like the line. All right, just got off the subway at the Brooklyn Chinatown. So yeah, let's take a walk around and show you guys Brooklyn Chinatown. Let's go. So we are here at our next location on this food tour, Sin Fa Bakery's famous Portuguese egg tart, correct?
Yes, the Chinese version.
Chinese version. Here it is, voila, right in front of us, Sin Fa Bakery. Hong Kong style classics. Usually there's a long line here apparently. Wow, okay. So there it is, there's a long line, it is right there. There's so many items. I really like baos. Sponge cake, waffle cakes, coffee cakes, croissants. There's also sandwiches with meat. Ooh, ube. Looks like some more baos. Just grab your tray and then you wait in line. There's always a huge line, right? But we got kind of lucky.
Yeah, because it's cold.
Okay, and what is this?
And we're getting a scallion dry pork bun, pork floss.
Thank you.
Let's get one of these.
What do you?
Get it out. Oh yeah. So this is Vinny's favorite bakery. So
Yes,
he took me here for the main thing, which is a Portuguese egg tart. So let's start off with that. So we're at Sin Pho Bakery for their famous Portuguese egg tart. This is a iconic, popular eats in New York City, in Brooklyn. Do you guys hear that? It's almost more eggy than yolky, and I am not surprised because Asians don't like their dessert sweet. So an egg pastry, egg tart, or Portuguese cake regularly could be really sweet. This is almost even not sweet. 9.4 out of 10 DVW score. Let's try this pork floss right here. I've actually never had this. I've had pork floss before. Garlic on top from the pork floss, because pork floss is very salty. So lines the top. The bread itself is a little bit sweet, so contrast the flavors. Pretty good. DVW score, I'll give it like a 8.9 out of 10. Alright, so this is just a basic Chinatown bakery, but we went to Mei Lai Wah, the most famous pork bun. So I'm gonna compare these two. Do a little right here. So it's not as fresh and not as hot right off the bat. So just fresh, baked, every part of it, the toastiness of the baked. Like there's a little like crust on top. Like the bao itself is very pillowy soft. Has a nice sweetness, like yeasty rises, and the pork here is more saucy. It's not like lean chunks of pork at Mei Lai Wah, but DVW score for this 8.5 out of 10. But that Mei Lai Wah one is a 10 out of 10 out of 10. That looks like a donut. I mean, there's some fried bread. Oh, there's some taro in here. Let's see. I'm utterly confused. But it was like a fried dough. I thought it would be like a donut sweet. It's not sweet at all. There's like crispy flakes on the outside, makes it oily and crispy. You get the taro on the inside. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of super fried items, but it kind of tastes like a Chinese donut on the outside, like it's fried, but it's savory. It's like a savory fried taro bun. But the taro inside is great. I mean, overall, all the bread quality is fluffy, yeasty, and all of these. So the bread quality, what puts it up there, but I just don't prefer it. Like I would rather just get the bun with taro. Okay, you guys like Chinese donuts? It's for you. Taste this and tell me what you think of the egg tart.
No, you're right. You definitely have that. I don't know. It's like something like toasted, right?
Yeah.
And with little toasted bits and stuff. It's definitely not sweet at all. The ube, I like the ube. This thing right here, the texture of the outside of it.
Yeah, the bread. Oh, yeah.
The bread and stuff like that. And the crunchy part is a little texture to it, and not everybody might like it. I think it's okay. It's not bad, but I really thought it was gonna be sweet because I'm a sweethead like Dan would have. Wow. Not bad.
All right, DVW fam, so we reached our next spot on this Manhattan NYC Chinatown food tour and cheap eats tour. We're right outside of Mei Lai Wah right there. Very popular spot, you can tell, because there's a huge line outside. There's usually always a line outside of that spot waiting for their baked pork buns, and you know me, I love pork buns and Chinese food, and check out what they got for us. All right, look, this is the line right here, y'all. Waiting for the pork buns, and we got Action
up?
Kid right here.
Hey,
what's up, Action Kid?
Doing good, man. Glad you can make it to New York.
You had this before, right?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. This
All right.
is the best place to get them right here.
All right, so let's check it out. All right. So, little hack right here. If you guys have cash, this is usually a shorter line. Thank you. So there's no place to eat inside, so we found a little area right here to enjoy our pork buns. Sticky right here. I'm gonna do a little open. I don't even need the pork. Just eating the sauce and the bun in itself is a delight. So that's how you know that's not just hype, because sometimes the place blows up on Instagram, TikTok, and there's a line, and the hype rises and falls and dies down. But these locals right here, they're always lining up for more all the time.
Oh, for sure.
So you guys know how I like to do it. I give you guys a DVW score. So for this, I have to give this another 10 out of 10. Like, I cannot just not give this a 10 out of 10 because of the price point too. It's like $250 for this, so I have to give it a 10 out of 10. So this is also another one of their best sellers at Mei Lai Wah, the pineapple pork bun right here. Let's try it out. This is absolutely insane. If that other one was a 10 out of 10, this has to be a 20 out of 10. It's basically the same thing with the pork on the inside. The bun is nice, chewy, and spongy, but you get this nice sugar pineapple crust on the top. Just adds an extra crunch layer. That was the best pineapple baked pork bun that I've ever had. Top 10 DVW Eats entry, Mei Lai Wah. All right, so on our next spot on this Chinatown and cheapies food tour, we got the Fung for their roast pork over rice right here. $5.75 for a plate here in New York City. So this is the line, guys. There's usually always a huge line. Apparently this is not even that big of a line because it is also freezing cold. A lot of people don't want to wait out for roast pork. I feel like a kid in a candy store or waiting at a Disneyland line. But our reward is roast pork and chicken. Thank you. This is heavy, guys. This is a sleeper. All right, we're gonna open up our Fung plate right here. It's nice and hot, guys, super hot. Ooh-wee, look at this, baby. This is under $6, definitely. Fung is part of the Cheap Eats Chinese food tour right here. Let's try this out right here, guys. Half fat, half lean roasted pork. This must be the best fast food I've had for under $6. You get nice crunchy bits from the lean pork, and then you get nice fatty pops and juices from the fattiness. Woo, it's crazy. I feel like I keep giving scores close to 10 out of 10, but how can I not when you get this flavor for this price? It almost doesn't even feel real. I feel like I'm cheating the system. I have to give it another 10 out of 10. I can't not give it a 10 out of 10. It's just cheap and great flavor, great value. It's fire. All right, what's up DVW fam? So I hope you guys like that food tour of New York City. Like I said, it's my first time ever in New York City, and I always love to try all the best local, popular, iconic, or all types of food if I can, but you know, time is of the essence. I only had 6 days here, but I did what I could, and I really enjoyed my time here, and I hope you guys did as well. So, as always, if you guys like this video, please like it. It really helps me and the channel out a lot. And if you guys have some recommendations on our next trip, because after spending 6 days here, I tried my best to try a little bit of everything and anything. Comment down below your recommendations so on our next trip we could try it out. Or if you guys been to New York City, tell us about your experiences on these spots. And yeah, if you guys want to see more food and travel videos all over the world, click this video for our next food and travel video. See you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Deuces.